Welcome to Energy Quest. As you can well see, we had Wahu. I mean, the bikes sell it all, the brands all over sell it all. You're going to have an exciting conversation. So the past few weeks, we had a pretty amazing e-mobility conference. And that we did with a very good partner here with Wahu. And we thought, why don't we give you more on Wahu? As I'm sure you've seen the bikes in town. You've seen every time we talk e-mobility in terms of e-bikes, one of the most topical ones is Wahu, right? Yes, I think it's pretty exciting to be here. And viewers meet Ian Mbote, right? Did I get the pronunciation right?
Got it right.
Okay. So as I was trying to inquire, Mbote, definitely not from here. So where are you actually from?
So I was born in Kenya, raised in California, studied in the UK, and then, let me call it, practiced e-mobility back in Africa.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Born in Kenya.
Born in Kenya.
Raised in California.
Raised in California.
Okay.
And then I studied
in the UK.
Yes.
And then back to Africa.
Back to Africa to hopefully contribute to mobility. E-mobility to be.
Okay. So what has been your e-mobility journey? What has it been like?
E-mobility specifically started about 8 years ago. I was working in a, let me just say, small agency with big clients in Cambridge in the UK. And at that time, we were working with OEMs on, many large car companies started hearing this buzzword, e-mobility. Over time, so we worked with Volvo, we worked with a few Chinese.
Volvo?
Yes, Volvo, a few Chinese companies, who own Volvo. But in the end, I realized charity begins at home. And everything I was working on at that time didn't really resonate with me. Like I said, when will this ever be applied in Africa or in my home?
Okay.
That's what led me to come back. And I started by consulting from a strategic standpoint a few startups. And then most recently, before Wahu, I was tasked with setting up one of East Africa's biggest e-mobility brands in Kenya. It's actually the market leader now. It's been there in East Africa.
In all of East Africa?
Yes. Probably it's the longest standing e-mobility company in Africa.
Okay.
And after about 2 years, when we'd gotten to a point of traction, I sort of got a call from Valerie Labi, the CEO of Wahu. And next thing I knew, I'm
right. You're getting to Ghana.
Yes. Now we're building a very bright vision with Wahu.
Wow.
Yes.
That was rich experience. So all that is about how many years experience now?
So I'm not that old. My experience, I say, has been sprinted.
Okay.
It's probably about 14 years of experience.
14 years in e-mobility?
Yes, but in mobility. So I transitioned from your traditional ICE, automotive engineering, to e-mobility toward the end of the 2010s.
Oh, so you're actually an automotive engineer?
Yes, I'm both an automotive engineer and a designer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wahu is lucky to have you.
Hopefully. I mean, we push every day, so
yeah.
I'm happy to be
That's nice. That's amazing. And the experience in Ghana has been good. What's it like working in Ghana?
Ghana is hot. But other than
Ghana
that,
is hot?
Ghana is hot.
Okay.
But other than that, I think it's been a real pleasure working here so far.
Okay.
With a dedicated team such as ours. I mean, the effort is not mine at the end of the day. Mine is merely to guide. The actual work, the effort, I think, comes from the team. And let me call it, the attitude they approach work with, the skills they bring to the table, and the general willingness to solve problems every day has been a pleasure to watch, be part of, and contribute to.
So tell us about Wahu.
Yeah, so Wahu, which is why we are here. We started commercially in 2022, and that was when our CEO, Valerie Labi, decided that she stayed in the north of Ghana and said, there was a lot of transport challenge, mainly around getting agricultural produce generally people moving from A to B to C, all the way to Z and back to A.
Okay.
And the impact that internal combustion engines were making, especially from a two-wheeler perspective,
Okay.
was not the most sustainable way to solve a transport problem. So what she did was experiment with a few bikes in partnership with a gentleman called Quincy.
Quincy.
Yes, one of the backbones of this company as well. And they came up with a prototype by simply strapping a battery and a motor onto a mountain bike. A mountain bike you just buy off the street. They tinkered with it until you have now a simple electric bike. Fast forward to today, we now have more than 250 bikes out on the roads. A pipeline of more than 1,000 waiting for bikes.
Wow.
We've gone through 4 iterations of this product that you're now sat on. And we are, I think, the first in Africa to have a fully fledged production plant that can take us from CKD to fully assembled. Additionally, we also have R&D. So we don't not only just assemble CKDs, but for components we feel we can tailor ourselves, we tinker again, but now in a more structured manner to get the right output.
Oh, okay. So you have components that you are actually developing here?
Yes, we, at a prototype level, we do have the capacity to, for example, take apart this battery, dissect it, see what we like, what we don't like, improve the things we don't like to what we like. But it's mostly from a cost perspective that we try to do this. This bike, where we've reached now, I think, if we're to say technology readiness level, from 1 to 9, 1 being it's still an idea, 9 being it's now a hot selling commodity. We're already at 9.
You're already at 9?
So with the bike. So all we want to do is push it from being just a 9 to being the leading 9 in terms of how can we make it more affordable? How can our value proposition be better? So those are the things we are working toward.
So that means that beyond the environment and the sustainability sense of it, you have a big economic impact here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So compared to the other bikes, if I want to use it, I want to play in the gig economy, compared to other bikes, what's the plus?
I think if I were to break it down, the gig economy, the core vehicles for the gig economy, usually on the two-wheeler front, petrol motorcycle, electric motorcycle, electric bicycle. Now, let me paint the picture of context. Again, if we look at what they need to do, because of the laws of Ghana, where Okada is not exactly something smiled at, it's frowned upon. We find that you're limited to carrying small parcels and food, goods that can fit, let's say, goods under 100 kilos or under 50 kilos in some cases. You're also traveling within microgeographies. So East Legon, for example, within the neighborhood, Osu, Labadi, so you're doing micro trips. We also know that cities and in general, there's a lot of human traffic and vehicle traffic. So you're not really speeding. You're looking at about between 40 to 60 kph on average that you're traveling, even for some people in a car. We take all that together and we ask ourselves, and also, sorry, I forgot to add one more ingredient, numbers. Considering an e-bicycle is about probably 50 pesos per kilometer. An electric motorcycle is about 4 cedis per kilometer.
Wait, again?
So to run it, I mean insurance, your license, maintenance, charging or fueling. For a bicycle, we are talking about 40 to 50 pesos per kilometer. An electric motorcycle is normally a third, or gives you a value prop of about a third. So it could be anywhere from 3 to 5 cedis per kilometer. And then for a petrol motorcycle, depends on the age, whether or not you maintain it properly. But you're talking 15 cedis upwards per kilometer. The extra there being on maintenance. Because as it grows older, so do the parts. Whereas for the e-motorcycle and e-bicycle, you don't see that much. E-motorcycle is still a motorcycle. There are still motorcycle grade components to change. On a bicycle, these are cheap components. For example, the brake pads are 5 cedis. I think 5 cedis and you replace them every 2 months. That's the most work you do. Or you oil your chain. I think oil, you can go even ask somebody to just give you 2 drops of oil and
that's it.
So what I'm trying to say is, looking at all of that, we decided on the bicycle. for the gig economy worker, because they're carrying small parcels, microgeography, low speed, and same functionality as what a petrol motorcycle could do and an electric motorcycle could do. Not to mention the fact that it's cheaper and you keep more margin. So even me as a gig economy worker, if I look at my overheads, and I know this is only a few pesos to operate per kilometer, the rest of my earnings go to me. And when I say me, I mean myself and my dependents. So when we're looking at impact, you're guaranteeing not only yourself, but your family a better quality of life. I know I've gone round, but I've...
No, I get it, but what of time?
Time in the sense of...
In the sense that if I make an order, how quickly can that guy deliver it to me compared to the guy on the motorcycle?
Yeah.
You know?
So what we do, because we are cheaper, we have economies of scale, we're able to strategically, through our fleet management services, which is one of the things Wahu does, allocate riders within microgeographies such that they get certain jobs, others get certain jobs. Where it's long distance, we have IoT devices in these bikes which would calculate, is that route feasible or should it be handed to somebody, a different cohort of riders? Based on all of that, and thanks to our fleet management team, we're able to always ensure that we match KPIs toe-to-toe with the rest of the vehicles.
No, so that tells me that the gig economy guys are not only looking at, let me get a Wahu bike and then go and find which service can use me, by you helping them get the opportunity as well.
Exactly.
Do you have partnerships with any of these?
Yes. So we do have partnerships with a few of our main, let's call it ride-hailing and gig economy platforms. But we also encourage our riders to be as free as they wish. So, I mean, our motto is charged with freedom. So we want to charge them with that freedom to, select how they want to work, how they want to earn. We also give them, we provide financing at the point of purchase. And it's a very flexible plan. They pay weekly. Soon we may introduce a daily tariff. But the point here is we want to spread the upfront cost so that as you earn, you're able to pay in bits. And it's not really a dent to your pocket, especially on times where you don't really have that much cash or liquidity. So our price, for example, you can get at 300 CDs a week.
300 every week? Okay.
Yeah, you pay 300 CDs a week through our app. We have
so I can pay 50 Ghana a day and I work for 6 days.
Exactly. Our commercial has to confirm that. Don't take it from me. But when I say, on the flexibility, we do have a rider app. They're able to view their balance, make payment, see the status of their bike, track their bike. We've had instances where a bike has been stolen. We've not gotten involved at all because a rider sees where it is. They're all in touch through the digital platform. And they come together and retrieve the bike and
get it.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. So.
Oh wow! Wow! That's good. That's interesting. Okay, but if I want a bike, how much is that going to cost?
Upfront. A bike retails at approximately $2,000 upfront. However, I think we would be looking into the pricing. Let me say that.
Please do.
Yes.
So I can be able to afford one.
We're always working day by day to try optimize our pricing, just to give the best offering and also ensure, because as you know, with any electric vehicle, the upfront cost is always higher. But your maintenance is negligible. So that's where you balance. Whereas for fuel, it starts low, but your maintenance increases over time.
No, so if I'm going to pay over a period of time, what's that? Was that also $2,000 or?
So in total, there is a slight
differential there.
Yes, because when you pay over time, so we don't really charge an interest. It's more there's an admin fee for us handling your debt, in that there's staff who have to do collections. There's overheads to us.
And it's free finance, so you have to pay for the finances.
So the 300 CD offer is over a period of 2 years, 4 months. Alternatively, we do have our lowest offer, which is 600 CDs for 12 months. But like I said, we're always trying to find flexible deals.
The best way to be able to.
Our goal is to provide you with a means of work and with a low carbon footprint or environmental impact. So it's always trying to find the best way.
When it comes to servicing. What kind of servicing do I need to do on the bike?
So service is very straightforward on these bikes. I mean, the main thing our riders come in for, let's say you're unlucky, you get a puncture. That is not a big thing to fix. But the major regular service that we see is brake pads and your chain. Our e-components or electric components are built to last, and we have a lifetime of about 5 years on these components.
5.
We ideally design for more than that, but we peg it at 5 just to ensure that over time, even when you finish paying for your bike, it can still last you a useful amount of time before you need to replace major components. We don't want it that on the 24th month, as you make your final payment, the bike falls apart.
It's over.
Yes, so we try to...
So that's a warranty. Have a warranty on the bike. How long
We do have
is the
warranty. Our warranty is 2 years long.
Okay.
But in addition to that, we do offer maintenance packages. So what our customers do is subscribe to a maintenance package per quarter. And there's 3 tiers: gold, bronze, silver. And based on their pocket and what they feel is peace of mind, it just guarantees them that their bike will be serviced without them forking out unexpected money.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How does this get insured? Are there any insurance companies that understand the concept of e-mobility?
Yeah, so to answer the question, initially we didn't have insurance on our bikes. And when I say didn't have insurance, it was a dedicated policy.
Okay.
We worked with our insurance partners, and we're thankful to one of our current partners, Allianz, Sanlam Allianz now, who through their management team met with us, had a workshop, and we empathetically designed our insurance package. So you're not a motorcycle rider, you're a bicyclist. And you're also not a motor vehicle. So we were able to tailor a package that is suitable to this bike. And even these bicycles, as soon as they hit the road, will be insured. So we know our riders have peace of mind on the road.
Okay.
If they're hit, it will be the liability of whoever hit them. But should there be an unfortunate case where they cause an accident, they're also covered.
Okay, so Allianz is doing this. Yes, because that has been a big question as to whether insurance businesses understand e-mobility and the right policy that they have to create.
Exactly.
To cover it. So that's exciting if Allianz has figured it out. But I'm interested in impacts. So how much impact have you made over the few years that you've run this?
So in terms of impact, I think our impact has been on several fronts. On carbon avoided, we've actually signed a deal between the government of Ghana and government of Switzerland, where the brokerage is via Wahu.
Okay.
I think we are one of the first companies in this sector to have done that. In terms of impact in creation of jobs, we have created quite a number of jobs, more than 250. Because I'm not just counting the ride, I'm counting the value added services around it. Exactly.
The production, everything.
And it's not, these bikes are not serviced primarily by us. We've trained and empowered a party or a network of third parties to to fix the bikes.
Oh, wow.
So our riders simply through the app check in and check out, but it's not us directly. We've trained them, we provide them with parts, we've provided them with tools on credit, which they paid us back for.
Wow.
That's another side of impacts. And the third also on job creation is diversity in job creation. For example, we do have an operation in Lome where all our riders there are female. So it's all women.
All women?
All performing the same gig work. Yes, all women performing the same gig work as the general rider cohort, because in Accra it's a mix of men and women, but
there are more males here, frankly.
Yes. So those are the three fronts of impact.
Actually, your bikes are female friendly.
Yes.
Yeah.
They could be a bit more friendly if it was a step through. But the reason we opted not to have a step through for now was simply because of how we wanted to package our some components like the batteries. This is not to say we wouldn't look into it, but when it comes to a design signature,
you are the design one, so yeah.
Yes, but as a team, we agreed we're going to freeze on this design. Have this as the signature Wahu look.
But it's a beautiful bike. I mean, is a standout that everybody likes. So
Appreciate it.
yeah, I'm going to experience it after the interview.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
It's as easy as riding a bike.
Wow.
It is a bike.
So the battery here only for Pelsig, right?
So it has two modes. Mode 1 is pedal assist, in that as you pedal, there's a motor that provides auxiliary power. So you're not using all the force from your foot to get the bike going. You feel like you're being carried along.
Okay.
The second mode is throttle only. And for pedal assist, before I go on, is each battery would give you 70 kilometers on pedal assist.
Oh, you have two.
Yes,
batteries.
these are two batteries.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Each gives you 70 kilometers on pedal assist. You have option 2, which is to throttle. Now, this gives you a bit of boost just before you get to, let's say you're at the front of a traffic light and somebody is hooting at you and scaring you.
Mm-hmm.
You can use the throttle to quickly boost you before you start pedaling again. And that just gets you going. However, we have capped the top speed of these bicycles for safety, and so that, beyond a certain speed, you may be classified as a motorcycle. So we try to keep our speed within the limits of safety and what we would consider as international e-bicycle law. Just to confirm.
So you provide the safety additions for them?
Yes. So all bikes...
I get a bike, I get a helmet?
Exactly. All bikes come with a lock, a helmet. And before you are actually issued your bike, you have to go through rigorous training that just takes you through road rules. We partnered with DVLA for curriculum development on that. We also have rider scoring. We take them through what a rider score means, how you keep your bike, how you pay, how you behave. We can track. We know your speeds. We know when
you have trackers on there. Yeah.
We can track it through IoT. So we know when you're behaving badly or riding badly, riding off hours, and it affects the rider score. A rider score which we can share with DVLA to show, see, our riders are behaving well, or we're working with you on these riders through an emergency. If your rider score is in the red, for example, we would have, our DVLA partnered curriculum. We have to teach it to you like an emergency class.
Mm-hmm.
Only when we're certified or comfortable that you can leave and ride safely, do we issue your bike back.
Oh, wow.
But yes.
So it's not just about walking buy a bike and go. You care about how the bike impacts.
Yes. At the end of the day, your life matters. And we don't want to anything careless, or if you're veering toward the side of carelessness, we tend to bring you back through active monitoring of your rider score and training. So continuous development, continuous training. And sometimes we send it through a video, through the platform. Other times, as you're doing maintenance, you're given a tip. Hey, next time, think of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have, so it's like a community, right?
Yes.
Like a Wahu community, something like that. That would be exciting. Okay.
Yeah, we call them our Wahu heroes. So
Wahu heroes.
Yes.
Wow.
That's our rider community and our larger community of supporters. Because
so if I'm not a gig worker, I just want a bike.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do that one? Because for that, it means I'm not part of the Wahu Heroes. I'm not. You still prioritize, or I still get my bike to ride. Anyone
who walks through our door, it's customer service that would prioritize you. So it's not that we say, okay, you move to the side. No, I think individuals as well are encouraged to inquire. Our commercial team would be more than happy to handle the request. If it's an upfront payment to purchase a bike, or you want to pay in installments as well, all and sundry are welcome. It's not just the gig worker.
Wow.
Yes.
I think Wahu has done really, really well. Now you're assembling here.
Yes.
Right? All the assembled work is done right in
within these four walls, yes. And we run on solar, which also is another impact. We are fully running on solar.
Okay.
Thanks to our partnership with a company called Awea. So we're a startup. To power our whole production plant is quite an investment. So we've been able to spread that cost and also manage a net zero both on outputs and inputs. However, the challenge now is going to be on our shipments. So some parts do come from abroad on fossil fueled ships, which we will work on. hopefully we'll get to a pure net zero at some point in our value chain.
And then the whole value chain becomes clean.
Exactly.
Okay.
We hope to get there one day.
Okay, so you have partners all across that support.
Yes, I'd say suppliers, because given the fact that we deal with completely knocked down units, in that our bill of materials or the list of components for our bike is fully within our control,
Okay.
down to even the screw holding this mirror. So if I want a supplier just for that screw, I'll talk to a supplier just for that screw.
Yeah.
Down to the person supplying this wire, the casing for the wire.
So are we saying that Wahu is an indigenous business all round?
Yes, we are indigenous. It's Friday evening.
Yes, more flights across.
Yeah. So I would say that Wahu is an indigenous business. We are led by an indigenous person in a Ghanaian. Our leadership team is all African. I would like to say that as Africans, we're all intertwined. We're also pushing for an Africa free trade area.
Yeah.
And also on design, the reasoning behind the placement and selection of all of these parts comes from us. It's just that as we build our capacity and as we scale, we can't produce everything under one roof.
Yeah.
We would need suppliers. Even the biggest car companies rely on tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 suppliers.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we do the same. We design. So some it's original design manufacturing, where they design to our spec. Others it's based on engineering simulation and best practice, where we say this is the best fit for the Ghanaian markets and African markets. For example, our tires, these are not your average.
Yeah.
These are motorcycle tires on a bicycle,
Yeah.
It's not conventional to do that, but we own the design. So we're free.
And it makes it look really good, and I think safety-wise as well, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So what's the long-term plan of Wahu? What next?
I think long-term, we would want to not only have a bigger footprint across the continent, but we would want to get to a point where on 3 fronts we're leading.
Okay.
On the technology front, we are a beacon of what in-house, and when I say in-house, African technology talent can produce in terms of unique innovation, from batteries to vehicles to the production prowess. Secondly, we want to be a beacon of customer service to show that our offering, our Wahu Hero community is the largest, and not just because you own a bike, but
the whole community, all your
there's a stratosphere, and there's layers to the atmosphere, the ecosystem. And then lastly, on an impact front, we want to ensure that we at least contribute to Ghana being, or we are the biggest contributor to Ghana being net zero and gig economy, and by large ECOWAS and hopefully Africa at some point. I mean, it depends on how many people want e-bikes for their gig work, but I think in terms of finding a solution.
So you're already doing Ghana, Lome,
yes.
Any other African country?
We are working on a partnership in Zambia.
Zambia?
Yes.
Okay.
So jumping to SADC from ECOWAS. We're also in talks with Malawi, so EAC.
Okay.
From there, we may jump into other territories in the EAC. I don't want to mention them. And then, of course, our ECOWAS neighbor, Nigeria, has also expressed interest. So right now, we first need to just align our priorities and get our ducks in order. Then, basically, deploy.
I think Wahu has been a great example, for others. I mean, just to say it is possible, because the whole idea of e-mobility has still not drummed home well enough for some people.
Yeah.
But Wahu has proved that this is possible,
Indeed.
And you've encouraged, you set the pace, and others are now following suit, Yes, so
Indeed.
kudos. You've done really, really well with that. And we do admire that, and we're hoping for better and better for you, because as you grow, others can, also get the opportunity, because your growth means that other stakeholders can tap into. You're creating employment. I mean, the carbon benefits also have been really good, because we know that the vehicles are emitting so much into the atmosphere. So yes, this is a carbon plus for it.
Yes.
So are you on carbon markets as well with this?
we are looking into, so we are on carbon markets, yes. And that's why also through our brokerage deals, I would want to say the government of Ghana has now begun to support us in the sense that they provided a listening ear where we've said perhaps the policy, there was an e-mobility policy, but I put my hands like this for a reason. Outside my hands are the two-wheelers.
Yeah.
So we've spoken to various government stakeholders to make them expand their scope and broaden their visibility on what an EV is, to include two-wheelers, three-wheelers, buses, all of these vehicles that are propelled by an electric drivetrain under one roof.
Okay.
So for that, we say we hope to see results soon, especially on the side of tax incentives. And we don't mean we don't want to pay tax. We mean we're a drop in the ocean versus the ocean. So that's all we want is just give us a holiday to grow. Once we hit a critical mass, then you can tax us. But in the meantime,
the taxes can be a whole lot.
Yes. So that's all we've been pushing for.
But per the EV policy, there's so much that is being done for all the green vehicles.
Yes, there is.
Even ports, taxes, a whole lot of rebates, and then So why are you not covered there, or why are you not benefiting?
I think just on that point, Ghana actually in Africa has one of the highest registration numbers of EVs, which is something I think the government should hold up and say, look, we need to actually promote this sector more. But the reason we're not covered is because it explicitly covers four-wheelers and commercial vehicles, so your public transport vehicles. We fall in commercial vehicles, but two-wheelers, and two-wheelers not motorcycles, but bicycles. So we're a step over step, and what we needed to do was first, let's say, destroy the specificity on terms, and just first allow for the industry to grow as a whole. Let people, provided you're a CK. Let me be very careful in what I say. I don't mean just bring any EV, but if you're adding value to that EV, like what we are doing, we have a full local team, a full local plant, and the bikes don't come complete. We bring them in complete knockdown form. If you're doing that, I see no reason why the likes of, Japan Motors, Volkswagen Ghana, who do the same, are not paying tax. Why shouldn't we? We're following the same ethos, so to speak. So that's sort of
it should be a level playing field.
Exactly.
Whether it's a two-wheeler, a three-wheeler.
Exactly.
I think I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Anyway, I mean, our legislators are listening, the policymakers are listening. Just like we discussed at the ERA conference, which they've been, I think they've been pretty supportive on, and are looking forward to work together with the Energy Quest Foundation to be able to make some corrections and help define things. So let's see. I'm sure we're getting somewhere. It's a journey.
It is.
And already for the government to put its foot forward, for the Ministry of Transport to show true interest in the space, it's cool. That there's light at the end of the tunnel. So
I agree. And also I'd like to thank the Energy Quest Foundation for setting, it's not easy blazing a trail in this sector to bring together all parties with the recently concluded ERA conference and now the continuous initiative. I'd say keep it up, keep it going. From other markets, what I realized is if you don't make noise, nobody's going to ask you to make noise. Or if you don't say your problem, I'm not going to have time to ask you, what's your problem? Especially from a government perspective, from an industry perspective, from a customer perspective. I think what you're doing is great in terms of sensitizing the market. And in general, making people aware that there is a sector, it's grown, it's bigger than you think, and it's bigger, or it can be bigger than you think with the right assistance. So
thank you
very much.
So the whole idea of the ERA conference is to propel the industry's growth, because we have some sector players and even the even policymakers in the space who do not understand well enough what the mobility sector is and the opportunities in there, because it's supposed to be a really big industry, So with the ERA conference, we introduce them to the new era better, and then they get to see who the players are in there. And then you have people who want to play in the sector, but do not even know that, okay, police are there, or be bold, take it off and let's get, some way to go together. So I think the first edition of the conference served its purpose really well. Both the government entities and non-governmental entities are partnered as this amazing, because coming forward proved to the whole ecosystem that they're ready to listen, they're ready to support us. So for that, yes, we would also say a big thank you to them. So we're hoping that next year it can be bigger and better and even more valuable and get more players on the market coming on board.
We'll, as usual, offer our support. We're always willing to partner, and who knows what other vehicles we may bring to the
Exactly. No, we're looking forward to that, because Wahu is always on the move.
Watch this space. We've started with 2-wheelers, but who knows what's in the works.
Hey, we can't wait.
So,
You can move next and show us some 3 and even 4-wheelers.
Exactly. So
I think you've been pace setters, so we won't underestimate you. We're expecting a lot, so keep it up.
Thank you. And thank you as well for visiting our facility. Please, you're welcome anytime. Hopefully to buy bikes. So,
yes. I'd love to ride one of it. It looks really good. I think I look good on a Wahu bike one time. So I'm going to get a Wahu bike too. Because it's healthy to do the riding. And yes, I'm also going to contribute to the climate solution.
You shouldn't see riding a bike as a sign of poverty or being.
Not at all.
I cycle to work every day proudly.
Okay.
I cycle everywhere, and I found that it saves me time on commuting. It also is a good and healthy way to get around. And yes, when people see, when they see you on a bike, they always say Wahu, It's always okay.
And we're very, very grateful for your time. We've seen the reality of what is happening. In here. Seeing all the bikes here, seeing what you've produced, and seeing it on the streets. It says it all. It says it all. You're impacting the environment. You're impacting young people, creating employment. You're opening doors and building confidence in others. So we wish you the very best, and we'd say we are very proud of you. Okay.
Thank you. On behalf of the team, I'll take the token.
Okay.
Thanks again.
So, like they say, how do you say it? Wahu!
Yes. My person, I cannot go that high, but yes, Wahu.
Wahu?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So this is Wahu, and they're right here in Accra. They're in Lome now. See them soon in Zambia. Is it Zambia you go?
Zambia soon.
Zambia soon.
Yes.
Malawi in the future.
Yes.
Wow, we can't wait. That's the Wahu Africa.
Yes.
Okay.
So soon.
So you can come in here and get a Wahu bike as well. I'm going to have a good ride and experience it and get my own Wahu bike.
All our riders have a branded Wahu helmet.
Okay.
The reason we chose a helmet that looks like this is when you wear a bicycle helmet, you feel like a bicycle rider, which for some was not the best.
Okay.
So we decided why not give them a cool helmet.
It's sleek. It looks really good.
And they like wearing it because it looks cool. And when they like wearing it, it means they're always safe.
Then the safety is achieved.
We don't really have to push them to always keep their helmet on. So I'll allow you to put this on.
Let's get the Wahu experience. Okay, let's see what the experience is going to be.
Now that you're on the bike,
okay.
I need to switch it on first. Whoop, careful.
Okay.
This is a tall bike.
Very tall bike.
I'm going to take the stand off.
Okay.
So you can sit. I'll hold it.
Okay.
Now that the stand is off, if you press the button here. So this is your pedal assist mode. You have 5 of them.
Okay, let's see what the experience is going to be.
Now that you're on the bike,
okay.
I need to switch it on first. Whoop, careful.
Okay.
This is a tall bike.
Very tall bike. Okay.
Now that the stand is off, if you press the button here. So this is your pedal assist mode. You have 5 of them.
Okay.
I'll start here at 2. this is your charge level.
Uh-huh.
And then here, this is your throttle. These are, So, yes,
okay.
these are your brakes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then your pedals are your pedals. And
Okay.
I'll put on the lights because of the hour.
Okay.
And then you're free to go. So if you just,
So this is a regular bike, but
this just gives
this is
you
a
a boost.
throttle that gives you a
Yes.
boost.
So
Okay.
once your feet are on the pedals. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, are you securely on the pedals?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you,
This is pretty high.
yes.
Oh.
You have it?
No, because it's really high. But let's see.
There? Okay, put your feet on the pedals. I'll hold you.
Okay.
Okay, you put your feet on the pedals.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
starts. There you go.
Okay.
So just keep pedaling.
What?
There you go. You have to keep pedaling.
Okay.
Mr. Money.
All smooth and nice. So, if you have any more questions for Wahu or you want to get further information, put your comments down there. He'll be right online to respond. Would send contacts to you as well, so you can get your Wahu bike. As we always say, this is what we do on Energy Plus. We demystify the energy sector and add value. Till we meet again. Ciao.